Hey there, everybody. It's April 16th, and today we are going to have a frank discussion about priorities and setting priorities when you're buying things. And today, as a special guest, I have Jeff Timmons on, realtor extraordinaire. So I'm going to be bringing him in, and let's just bring him in right now. There he is. Hey, good morning, Jeff.
Hey everybody, how you doing?
Good. Well, it's actually not morning. Sorry. I always like to say morning. Um, so I like your name tag there, Jeff Timmons,
That's
realtor.
me. Oh, what is that?
Gotcha. So today, like I was telling the audience, we're going to talk about priorities and setting your priorities straight and stuff like that. So I'll just let you begin. Like, what are you telling people as far as setting priorities when they're looking to make some purchases?
Well, I like to, inform them, the valuable asset that owning a home is and how it's going to improve, their capacity for, obtaining, items of, the fun category. What if I told you that you can get your Harley and a house, but if you get your Harley first, you may be cheating yourself out of getting your house too. There's only one way where you can get both of them, and that's to attain your home first. A house is always going to earn you money faster than you can save it, and it's passive. Just by owning a home, you're going to make money. You're going to make equitable money out of it, and that's kind of what I lean on.
So I take it that the crowd that we're preaching to here is the people that actually have money. So you're talking about the people that have a pretty good paying job, possibly a six-figure paying job, maybe 80 to $120,000 or something like that. They just got a new position, and to celebrate, they'd like to get themselves a new truck, Harley, ATV, or maybe if they're completely crazy, all three or something like that. Like, so
Right.
what do you tell someone specifically? Like, where's the proof in, like, when you tell them, hey, just put off getting the Harley, let's get the house first?
So, I just tell them from a standpoint that, you have to trust that I'm in this profession and that, I'm your realtor for life and I'm only going to do anything I can to help you. And so I begin to break down how having that debt on you, affects your debt to income ratio and how much that impacts how much home you can buy. Debt to income ratios sometimes are more of a deciding factor on getting the house that you want as opposed to credit. And once people get to understand that and they do trust me, down the line they generally come back and say, best thing we ever did was, we got our house first, then we went and got the new family vehicle that we needed to get, the big Durango, whatever it was, because they were able to do both. But if you go and you add $1,000 car payment, to your debt, that really screws up your ratios and it hinders your ability to buy a house.
So let's talk about ratios for a second. So what's the price of like a Harley that somebody's probably getting nowadays?
Oh, new off the showroom. I mean, you could be anywhere from 14 to 30,000, depending on, what kind, how many bells and whistles.
Let's round it off at, like, say 20, because I can do nice even numbers in my head. So
Fair enough.
$20,000. And what kind of how many years are they allowing you to pay off a motorcycle? Is it like typically like a car, like a 5-year loan, or
Oh, good Lord. I'm sure nowadays you can even do them for 84 months anymore, just like a car, I'm sure. It just depends on who's doing the financing.
so if I pull up amortization table here, let's see, car loan. I'm sure I can get someone who has a calculator. Carvana. Oh, I'm getting all these like pop-ups. Let's see. Carvana. Pre-qualify instantly. Man, they make it so easy. Let me
It's
just
really enticing.
let me share this. Let's see. Share screen. Da, da, da. Is it going to let me share my screen with us in here? Let's see. Window. Carvana. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. We just made us smaller. All right. Get qualified for your loan in 2 minutes. No impact on your credit score. Man, I wish that it was that easy when people are buying a car. I mean, that would be just crazy. I don't want to give them my social security number, especially not all over the air. So let's look at car. Let's see if I can get myself into just a calculator. There we go. Vehicle price, 20 grand. Down payment. We're just going to assume no down payment because let's be honest, people aren't putting down payments on stuff. 5-year loan, calculate. What are we looking at here? Where's my payment? So the principal and interest together, that's about 400 bucks. Okay. So if we have a prince, yeah, there it is right there, real big. If we have, and you're going to pay $23,000 for it, yeah, that's beside the point. So pay 400 bucks a month. Keep in mind, folks, 400 bucks a month, that every 50 to 60 bucks is about $10,000 worth of house that you can't buy. So if you buy that motorcycle first, and the motorcycle is a relatively inexpensive thing. I mean, if we were to put in today's average truck, we'd be getting a lot different results. I mean, that's what people not with their $80,000 truck payment that I see them driving around and everything, $1,500. But let's go back to the motorcycle for a second, just to be a little bit more realistic. It's 400 bucks a month. Let's just say 60 bucks. It takes 60 increments of 60 bucks would be $10,000 off of your house. So you're looking at about 6 to 7 of those. So times, my math is, hold on. Let's just do this. I'm going to pull this up too. Oh, you can't see the calculator. Sorry. So let's see. 400 divided by, calculator's not working. 400 divided by 60. That's 6.6 groups of 10,000. So you're looking at somewhere between $60,000 to $70,000 worth of house you cannot afford. That's a huge difference when you're talking about being able to afford a $300,000 home or a $230,000 home. Jeff, what's the difference between a $300,000 home in your market and a $230,000 home?
It's all of the world. You're talking about amenities, amount of rooms, amount of bathrooms in particular. I mean, once you start getting down below 250, you'll see a lot more one bathroom houses, and everybody wants two. The level of competition in the 230 range, the 250 range is way higher because options are a little more limited, and there's a lot of first time buyer programs
for that. Sure.
Right. And there's things like that. So that 200 to 250, that range there is just highly, highly competitive. And if that's where you want to be and you want to deal with that, great. If not, it's best to wait, and you can always get that car. You can do it right after you buy, then you can have it all.
I mean, you can literally walk away with your deed in your hand and go to the car dealership and they don't even care. They're like, welcome. Like, you can't see my hands.
Right.
Well, but they're like, welcome, come in. They kiss you on each cheek, bring you in, sell you a car. Let's look at how crippling this is, because I have to share my screen again here, because this is just insane when you look at this one. So go to window, auto loan. So let's go back to the truck for a minute, because what guy doesn't love a truck? Hey, Jeff, what's your primary vehicle?
Silverado.
Yeah, I mean, it's real. The U.S.'s obsession with trucks is real. All you got to do is have a driver's license, be out on the road, and you can see it. Like, the bigger, the better. More space, more, this, that, more horsepower, bigger size engine. So is 80,000 pretty realistic for a truck nowadays?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, especially if you're getting anything above a 1,500, you're definitely dabbling in those numbers.
Okay. So the man's man truck, not the one that other people are going to make fun of you.
Right.
Like the little truck where it's got the cover over the back, so that the bed of the truck doesn't get dirty.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if you guys are out there and you have a cover over the back of your truck. I'm not making fun of you, or am I? I don't know. Okay, so so $80,000 here, 7% interest. I honestly don't even know if that's a good rate or not, but it's pretty average. No down payment, because it's not really going to matter too much if you put down a down payment. If I go with money here and I put down $10,000, let's say I have $10,000, your payment's still $1,400. So let's just get rid of that down payment and keep that there. So $1,500 here. If we take 1,584 and we divide it by increments of 60, and this is just a mathematical thing that I know from lending and stuff like that, we're looking at 26 increments of $10,000. So $2,600. That is basically your whole payment right there. That would be like a house payment that you're making right here. So sometimes when people pull up in a beautiful brand new truck, I'm like, I think you're already driving around in your house. This is totally going to cripple you, because one of the things that, and let me get out of my screen here. So many buttons to click to just get out of things. It should be just, I should have like shortcuts. Maybe someday I'll have Nick show me how to use shortcuts. The thing is when you're buying a house, they're looking at your total debt to income. And Laura or Chad or Patty or Jennifer, they can explain this a lot better than me. But let's just say for simplicity's sake, they're going to assume that you can afford half of what you make. So if you're making $80,000 a year, $80,000 a year divided by 12. It's funny how when I get on camera, I can't do this anymore in my head, but take me off camera, I'm knocking this stuff out. $6,600 a month. So what the bank is going to assume is that half of your expenses roughly are going to be going towards the intangible stuff: gas, electricity, food, clothing, kids, whatever the case may be. So if we take 6,600 and we divide it by half, we get 3,300, of course. So then they're going to say, if you have no other debts, let's just pretend in a perfect world you have no other debts. So you have no student loans, you have no credit card payments that are rolling from month to month, and you have no car payments right now. So $3,300 a month, if we divide that by 60, that would give us 55. I mean, 3,300, you're probably going to be able to afford like a $400,000 home very easily, and then have a little bit of money left over. You're in a good spot there. But if we take that $3,300 a month now and we add this debt, 1,584, or more accurately, subtract that debt, then you're looking at roughly $1,700 a month. And $1,700 a month is going to get you about, no, you'll get a house.
200.
It'll just be what you were told yesterday the house was that you showed. Too small.
Yeah.
And it's not that the house is too small, it's that your payment is too small. The house is exactly what it is. Your payment matches that. If that's what you can afford, that's what you're going to get. So it's better to start off with something. But anyway, $1,700, that's going to get you, trying to do the math in my head, I think about a $275,000 home. So that's not terrible, but $275,000 is a far cry from $400,000. $400,000 probably gets you the area that you want, the number of bedrooms you want, maybe even a yard, maybe a little bit of a yard, at least enough for,
parties,
your dog Poncho. But yeah, if you cut that down to $275,000, where are you seeing $275,000 houses right now? Baltimore City, probably row home, right? Not in the best areas, but in some of the areas where the houses are a little bit cheaper. Some single family homes around the county
that need work.
Dundalk, yeah, they probably need a little bit of work, because 275 is a discount there. So keep in mind, you're really handicapping yourself if you're slapping down that truck payment. So I guess we're preaching to the people that haven't already done it, because what happens if they've already done it? They already have that truck payment.
Right. They're just kind of stuck.
Yeah, there's a couple of solutions. I mean, they can put it in somebody else's name. If you have a spouse that's not working, and you could somehow magically can put it in their name and get the loan in their name and not your name, then it takes it off of your credit. You can transfer that or something like that. But I think the easiest solution would be not to put yourself in that problem. So I'll let you wrap it up with any final thoughts with when people are setting their priorities and how they should buy a house.
Yeah, I mean, again, it should be house first and then toys second. And honestly, the beauty of it is that once you do own a home, it only helps you acquire those things because when they look at that, they say, "Oh, well, this person is a homeowner," and not that you could exactly collateralize it. It's an asset, is what it is, and it's something that is, it can be leveraged. It's useful. It makes you money, and it's only going to help you qualify for those toys because it's what they consider a high revolving account on your credit, and when it's paid on time it just continues to build it up. And so, like I said, it'll definitely help you acquire those things in the future. And talking about the future, owning your home, the longer you own it, the more equity it generates, as it appreciates and you pay down the balance. And then you can actually utilize that equity. You can leverage it and you can do so many things. I mean, we would need a whole nother video for that. I mean, you can use it to do improvements on your house. You can take it out to do investments and, have the equity on your home make you more money. Like I said, and that could be its own video. There's so many options that you have, to utilize that equity for. And, you just got to get in there. That's the ticket. The faster you can do it, the better off you're going to be. And all the rest of the stuff will just unfold like clockwork. It'll happen.
Yep. And while you were saying that, I just wanted to look up some social proof. If you guys Google, what did I Google here? Average appreciation of homes in Maryland. From there, I went to Bankrate, very respectable, program that shares information. And they just said that last year, houses in Maryland, this is Maryland overall. So if you average everything, houses went up 4.8%. So you buy that $300,000 house and it goes up roughly 5%. That's 15 grand that you just got in equity. And then you repeat that, repeat that, and it's going to grow like crazy. And you got to live somewhere anyway, don't you? So, don't pay that rent. Don't buy that big truck. Definitely give Jeff a call. Hey, Jeff, what's your number so they can call you?
443-977-8580. And always remember that renting is 100% interest. I don't care what nobody tells you about interest rates. Renting is 100% interest. You make nothing off that money. Nothing.
Yeah, and you don't even get like a card from your landlord thanking you for making him rich. I mean, that
exactly.
Would be nice.
Exactly.
It's nice. You can send you a little Hallmark and you open it up and it plays a little song. And it's like, thank you for making me rich. I love you so much. All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up there. Thanks, Jeff, and happy selling. And I will see you guys soon.
See you guys.